Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And I thought tonight's Smackdown, I'd say, wasn't that good of a show. It was just like Raw last night. It wasn't that good of a show, but it was kind of a mixed bag, in my opinion. Tonight's show. Uh, but the show opened up with Shane McMahon coming out. Talking about how, these two superstars have betrayed SmackDown. And of course, he's talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And he mentions how both of them have no respect for SmackDown or, the crowd there or, the people who, enjoy SmackDown. He then brings out Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan ends up coming out and he says to Shane, that he believes in second chances, and he believed how Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wanted to be a part of Survivor Series, and Shane then mentions how Owens attacked his father, he attacked Vince, and how he brought up Sami interfered in the Hell in a Cell match, and how they both betrayed the SmackDown roster. Then Daniel says he sees real talent in both of them, and if they were to be fired from SmackDown, they would just both go. Both of them would just go to Raw. And Daniel says that he made a match tonight. It's going to be Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And Shane goes to say, Sami is banned from ringside during the match, and Shane says that Owens and Orton, that the match, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, it will fall under no DQ. So it's pretty much a no disqualification match, which it makes no sense where, Sami is being banned from ringside, which it's no disqualification. Anything could happen in a no disqualification match. So Shane saying that, it made no sense whatsoever. So, but all in all, it was a okay segment to open the show with. And then we saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn approach Daniel Bryan. Sami says, is he really going to rule what Shane, has said, banning him from ringside. And both Owens and Sami were trying to convince Daniel to call off Owens's match tonight, and pretty much that's basically what this backstage segment was. So then we had the first match tonight. It was New Day versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. This was okay. It wasn't great or perfect by any means, but it was back and forth between them. The New Day got the win with the up, down, down. So, but all in all, it was an okay match. Wasn't great or perfect by any means. And then we had Naomi and Charlotte backstage. Naomi asked Charlotte if she's ready for payback from last week, when they were attacked by Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. And Charlotte says, she is ready, and says that they are not going to feel that all three of them are not going to feel clever after tonight. Meaning she was talking about Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. And then we see Natalya come in. She's wearing these cat ears on her, and she ends up telling Charlotte that she is lucky. She got to hold that Charlotte's lucky she got to hold onto the title for another week. And Charlotte tells Natalya off, and Natalya tries to play it off like like she's joking around with Charlotte. And Charlotte says, after tonight, no one is going to know the three names of Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. So it was a good backstage segment with them. Kind of enjoyed it. And then we had Luke Harper, Erik Rowan, Bludgeon Brothers versus the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder, MOJO Rawley. Pretty much this was basically, a squash match. It was a rematch from last week. And do we really have to see the Hype Bros get destroyed once again by Harper and Rowan for a second week? So, but Harper and Rowan got the win. They hit a double crucifix powerbomb on Zack Ryder. So then after the match, the Hype Bros, they were being interviewed, and Zack says, the Hype Bros have been on a downward spiral. And then we just see Mojo attack Zack Ryder from behind. Mojo heel turn, which thank God, it finally happened, because you could tell, that they were planning to, split up the Hype Bros because they've been losing. They've been on a losing streak. So I'm glad it finally happened. Really, I'm looking forward to see Mojo as a heel. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see. I hope they use him. Hope they use him better. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And then Mojo got interviewed when he was walking backstage, and he was getting interviewed saying, "Oh, why did he attack Zack Ryder?" And Mojo just says, the landscape has changed, and then he just walks off. So short and simple interview with Mojo. Then we have Bobby Roode being interviewed about Baron Corbin. Roode says Corbin knows, there is someone deep down out there that is smarter, better, and, one that's going to take the United States title away from him. And he says Corbin is just scared, and he holds on to the title really tight and lashes out at anyone. Then we just see Corbin come and says, to Bobby, if Bobby thinks he's scared, that Corbin is scared, he's delirious. And Bobby says, if Bobby says to Corbin, if he's not scared, then, just put the title on the line. And Corbin is, not really that interested in putting the title on the line against Bobby. But, basically it's probably going to happen sooner or later. So, but it was a pretty decent interview with Bobby. Then we had the Singh brothers versus AJ Styles. This was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Before the match started, Jinder Mahal ended up attacking Styles, and then the Singh brothers go on to attack Styles. And the match was pretty much just, Styles just, getting the upper hand and taking out the Singh brothers. Styles won the match where he hit one of the Singh brothers with the Styles Clash, and he hit the Styles Clash onto the other Singh brothers to score the win. So then after the match, Jinder gave the Colossus to both of the Singh brothers. Jinder was pissed off that the Singh brothers let him down, and so he just ended up hitting both of them with the Colossus. So, but all in all, it was just pretty much basically a meh kind of match. Then we had Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan being interviewed. Just heading into the match tonight. Ruby says, their stable name is called the Riott Squad, which is a pretty good name. I like it much better than Absolution, Paige's stable's name. And, she goes on to say that they are not here to make friends and that they are here to turn the SmackDown Women's Division upside down, and that Charlotte, Naomi, and Natalya are going to feel a riot. And then, all three of them just walk off. It was a decent interview with them. And then led into the match, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan versus Charlotte, Naomi, and Natalya. And this was a decent, okay match. We saw Natalya walk off, and she didn't want to compete in the match. She didn't want to compete in the match, so she just walked off, and then it was down to just Charlotte and Naomi in the match. But Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan got the win. Ruby ended up hitting the kick on Charlotte to score the win for them. So it was okay. It was an okay women's match. It was decent. Then after that we had the Breezango Fashion Files segment, which really didn't give a fuck about. I can't believe they're still continuing with these Fashion Files segments. Who finds these funny? Moving on, we had the main event, Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, no disqualification match. Pretty good main event. Really enjoyed it. You just had Randy Orton taking out Kevin Owens. He hit Owens with the kendo stick, actually with two kendo sticks, and it was a good match. Flowed pretty good. It was back and forth between the both of them. Sami Zayn ended up coming out towards the end of the match, where he just hit Orton with the chair, and eventually gave Kevin Owens the win. Kevin Owens hit the frog splash on Randy Orton to score the win. So, but all in all, it was a good main event. Really liked it. I forgot to mention in the Ruby Riott, the women's match, we actually saw them take out Naomi, and they just put one of the steps on top of Naomi so she couldn't, escape. Because Ruby Riott was handling Charlotte in the ring. So, but yeah, so anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until the next video, I'll see you all later.